you like Laurie? Love Laurie.
Damn you. A dear friend of mine who's known me since I was 26. When we were talking about Laurie, she said, I've never seen you more grounded. And I think one of the things that is amazing is I truly know that she loves me and that she cares about my well-being, and that's amazing. And truly, she makes me laugh. Every morning, she makes me laugh, and that is so wonderful. I mean, she has such a quick wit, and she uses it to make me laugh when I'm worried about something, so that's lovely. And she feeds me. She knows that I love to garden, and one of her gifts to me was to make, a dream come true, which was to have a greenhouse. And, we garden together, and I ask her hard questions about papers I'm trying to read and grade, and she's always gracious and patient, and she's wise. I mean, she reads voraciously, and I'll ask some obscure question and she'll know the answer. I mean, she's just, she's my dearest friend. She's my wife. She's committed to a journey with me. She's sat by my side when my mom was so ill, including the day my mother died. And she was there to comfort me, and she is my family. It is so curious. For years, we had mutual friends who always said, you should meet Laurie. And it seemed like sometimes we came very close to meeting each other. Her walking with a friend and leaving just as I arrived, or what have you. And when we finally met at an Equality Utah dinner, and we talked. We talked, and I said, come have dinner. And then, of course, I spent the next, 4 days trying to figure out what menu I should settle upon. And she walked into the house, and we sat at the kitchen table eating and talking, and I didn't have very comfortable chairs, so we moved into the living room. And we just talked for hours. It was so easy. And I didn't want her to go. That night, I didn't want her to go. I mean, when she left, I quickly emailed, and we had already made a date to have breakfast a couple days later. And the same occurrence. We just talked and talked. We went on a walk with her dog, and we just never quit going on walks and talking, and it was lovely. And I was drawn to who she was. She's just a kind person. And I like having kind people in my life. It's interesting. You think about, young adults who meet somebody and fall, head over heels in love. And that was really true in my case. We did. She walked down to my school, and we grabbed a cup of coffee and walked through the park, just talking and talking, and just, I don't know. I mean, it was magical. And it was so comfortable. I wanted to hear all of her stories, but it felt like I'd known her for so long, in the best ways. I left, I had planned a road trip with some friends, and they teased me because I just wanted to be on the phone with her, and we emailed, and I had given her a key to my house, and she checked on the garden and my cats, and it was really fun coming home and finding, a little note from her and a little gift. And again, she just has this big heart, and she took great care of my cats. Why does anybody want to make a commitment? I mean, you meet somebody and you fall in love and you realize you are compatible and you want to build a life together, and you want that life to be as long and as full as it can be. But you also know, and maybe because both of us have parents who are older, and my mother had a terminal illness when we met, and watching my parents, my father loved my mother and wanted to do all he could to make her life easier and to protect her. And that is the same sort of love and the desire I had in terms of my relationship with Laurie. I wanted her, if something happened, to be safe. And I wanted, if some accident befell one of us, that we could visit each other in the hospital and sit by the bed just like my father did. And I grew up in a family. My parents were married 56 years before my mother died. And that was the history and the stories my father and mother had given to me. And I loved that. And I wanted the same. I mean, I had a rich life. I love teaching. I teach at a school that is just, it's more than just a school. It is a community. And I have great friends that I work with and who I interact with. But it is nice to know there's somebody there. That, in light of watching my parents grow old together, I love watching them dance. And I guess I wanted somebody to dance with and to grow old with. And I just feel, that I am so lucky to have met somebody like Laurie, who I'm not quite sure why, but she loved me back. And it is the best relationship I've ever had. And I do think I am more grounded than I've ever been, more secure, more stable. And I think I'm a pretty happy, stable person, but she jokes that she's a curmudgeon. And I think she has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever known. And so yes, I wanted a commitment. I wanted to share a life, build a home, grow a garden, walk her dog, be there for each other.